Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today, and I've been going over some comments and questions, and I just want to mention a few things before I start here. Please keep on sending me the messages on Facebook and my channel's email. Now, I only check those out about twice a week, and you may think that's a little weird, that I only check them twice a week, but I need to check those when I have an hour or two after I check those free, because I always find stuff to look into. So I just don't like to read those because sometimes I forget about them. So keep on sending me those. I've had some great messages, things to look into for future videos. And I'd also like to say a special happy birthday to Dendel. She has sang on my channel now for almost 3 years and is one of my favorite Vegas people. And Dendel, you sounded terrific last night. And also, I'd like to mention I've had messages and comments, and so has Ben, about doing future videos together. Ben with Uncharted X, and he has a lot of great footage, and we have talked about future subjects, so I'm sure a few more of those videos will be coming down the line. And Ben has become a good friend, and I know he's off on a little trek today, so hope you're having fun, Ben. But let's get to the video here. Now, I've had more than a few comments and questions on Caral, Peru, so I thought I'd make a video on this. I've not talked about this for a long time, and I like sharing things that people have never seen or heard about. Now, here is Caral. And I know a lot of you have heard about this, but I'm going to share something today that I know a lot of you have not seen or heard about. But here you see the cool structures, and these are very complex. And these were only discovered, I think, about 25 years ago. But here you get a look from overhead, the different type of structures here. These are called pyramids just because they are pyramid type structures. And I have a line from this kiva through the top of a mound here, and it's really the only alignment I could find. But there are a lot of structures here, so what exactly do you line up? But I thought the center of one of those circles was maybe an important spot, and I'll show you that in just a second here. But if you like using Google Earth, the Supevalley here that runs all the way up here, there are ruins, some known, some not well known. But if you like using Google Earth, you can find ruins all the way up that valley there. Now, as far as research on Caral, I have not looked into it intensively. So if you have anything important or relevant to share about this ancient city, please leave it. But I just think this is fascinating. The stonework here is not megalithic, but I think sometimes just the story itself is good enough. You don't have to make crap up. Now let's look at a few pics. And this place is estimated to have been originally built between 3000 and 4000 BC, and they're just not really sure. But these were dirt-covered and sand-covered mounds, and I don't think these were really known to be pyramids until about 25 years ago. And I will try to leave a link below explaining that story, and maybe I talk about it in one of my early videos, but certainly a very cool place, and the mountains in the background here. And here is where pathways seem to come out from a lot of these structures, and they have a stone little altar here in the middle of the city. But here you see one of the main structures with the circular kiva out front. Is that what we would call it? And you see the stairways coming up, and they go all the way up into a room up here. And I just think these are pretty well built and very cool buildings for 5,000 years old. But here is kind of a close-up of the stonework. And most of it from a distance is this tannish, grayish brown color. But if you get here close up, you notice the colors start popping out. There are some blues and some different colors in there. But this appears to be a stone platform, a little trough here, and then a little tunnel coming out. And I guess speculation can run wild on what this place was. Here you see the mountains in the background, and then the impressive stonework on one of these circular structures. That's a main part of the city here. And here's a look at one of the pyramid type structures, and maybe some of these were aligned to the setting sun over some of the mountains in the background. There are certainly some prominent peaks around here, so that is just a thought. Now here is the alignment from the center of the kiva over the mound just to the east here. And let's look where the sun rises on 6/21, the summer solstice. And that appears to be pretty well aligned, but is that an alignment? Well, here's that alignment, but as I said earlier, what are you going to make alignments to when there are so many buildings? But that was just one thing that maybe some people can look into if they want to take that any further. But now for something maybe you have not heard about, and maybe some of my early subs might remember this video, but there is kind of a lost, forgotten city here, and I don't think it should be forgotten. There's been a little bit of controversy down here that fits with some of my other videos. But if you notice here, this is probably from the same civilization or the same people that built the Caral pyramids. There are many similarities. These are called the Era De Pando pyramids, and especially this structure right here. But that appears to be pretty identical to the structure down there in Caral. There are at least maybe 7 or 8 structures that you can clearly see, and maybe some that are lost to time in this area. But not much is known, and I think these should be known. These appear to be identical to the Caral pyramids, and a lot of importance is put on those. Let's just do a little reading on this place. Now here's an article from almost 9 years ago, and they give a little look at the Era De Pando pyramids, and it says, authorities to inspect archaeological site of Caral to verify alleged attack. Farmers have apparently invaded one of the pyramids in the area of Era De Pando to build a water reservoir. It says representatives of the Barranca Provincial Prosecutor's Office will carry out an investigation tomorrow at the archaeological site known as Era De Pando, a city consisting of 26 buildings belonging to the Caral culture, where farmers are apparently destroying this cultural heritage. As reported by Supe's Caral Special Archaeological Project, the occupation on the part of the Era De Pando Local Farmers Association will result in a water reservoir for irrigation located in one of the ancient pyramids. Did I read that right? Located in one of the ancient pyramids, and a cleared area for cultivation amid one of the plazas at the site. The archaeological project has worked in the area for about a month. However, the team of archaeologists and the field staff are often harassed by the locals, so that the project has sought support from the National Police. Now, was this written about in 2010 and then nothing really done about it, and then the farmers just got their way? Well, it seems roads are built through here, but on Google Earth you really can't tell what happened and what didn't happen, so I just think this was worth bringing up. And this is what happens in places where they really don't get a lot of attention, though they should, just like the Caral pyramids. Now, there is a wide range of dates to go on when these places were built. Earlier ones are 2200 BC, maybe some later ones are 3800 BC, but these two places probably obviously built by the same culture, doing things here in Peru a long, long time ago that were pretty remarkable. And they are called the Norte Chico civilization. I thought I would make a video on this today. I know maybe some people out there haven't even heard or seen what the structures look like in Caral. And then people who are really into ancient history that have heard of Caral, maybe you haven't heard of this place. It's called Era De Pando, probably built by the same Norte Chico culture that built the Caral pyramids. And you see there also is some structures down by the river valley here. Maybe some of them were destroyed, but I really couldn't get a solid conclusion to that farmer's story. If you have any more information, please leave it. But I thought this was well worth a video today. This is 6 miles from the sacred city of Caral. Hope you thought that was interesting. If you have any comments, please leave it. Not something I have studied intensively, but certainly a pretty remarkable story here coming from maybe 5,000 years ago. Hope you thought that was cool, and you all have a very nice day.